All right, everything's loading up, so let's get to it, finally. All right, you guys know who I am. I am Dr. Jarrett. I am the principal of the Dental CEO Academy. I'm a dentist that coaches dentists on how to become profitable practice owners. Through my coaching programs and online coaching academy, I help dentists revolutionize their thinking about the business of dentistry. I set dentists up for practice success by giving them systems and tools that result in successful, sustainable practices. That is what it's all about for me. All right, tonight we are doing the webinar, Push Start to Private Practice, a blueprint to building a private dental practice based upon you. So before we get started, just some housekeeping things, and I just want to make sure that you're tuned into the valuable information that we have for you tonight. I just want you to try to eliminate all distractions, turn off your cell phone, get the kids out of the room. I have my daughter, she's in the back room. She has no school tomorrow, but she's away. Make sure you don't have any internet applications up because it is definitely time to say yes to you. So, who is this webinar not for? The webinar is really not for the dentist who feels like they have total control of their career. It's really not for the dentists who can work whenever and wherever they want to. It's not for the dentist who has plenty of money and plenty of free time. It's not for you if you have the perfect work-life balance. This webinar is definitely not for that dentist. Who is this webinar for? It is for the dentist that wants to break free, okay? If you're ready for complete autonomy, this webinar is definitely for you. If you're ready to own your own dental practice, it is for you. Let's talk about what we're gonna learn in this webinar. In the webinar, you're gonna learn how to declare your dental CEO status. You're gonna learn key steps to opening a dental practice and how to get your patients to say yes. You're gonna learn how to develop a team based upon your vision and how to establish a solid doctor brand. You're gonna learn how to implement structured systems that will keep you winning in dentistry. And ultimately, because this is what it's really all about, you will learn tonight how to live a happier, more fulfilled life. But I definitely want you to stay on till the end because I have a special gift for you just for getting through to the end of the webinar. So let's talk about it. Who am I? You know who I am. You know that I coach dentists on how to be better and get to their greater. You know that I coach dentists on how to become profitable practice owners. That's dentists that are wanting to start their own practices, and those are dentists that are currently in practice that need a little push and need a little extra growth. That is definitely who I am. But I'm more than that. To me, this is really what it is all about. I am a wife and a mommy. This is definitely my biggest reason why. This is definitely my biggest reason why I do exactly what I do. I do everything because of my family. Everything in dentistry, everything that I do in life is for them. I eat, sleep, and breathe family. I love my husband, I love being a wife, and I love being a mom. Who else am I? Yes, I'm a dentist. I am a 2-time best-selling author. Listen, I love dentistry. I fell in love with dentistry at a young age. It was my dentist, my pediatric dentist growing up. I felt like he was the bomb. I felt like everything about him and my experience in his office, I wanted that for myself growing up. So I have carried a lot of the things that I learned through seeing him into my practice now. But also, you have probably seen me or heard me on the Tom Joyner Morning Show. I've been featured in online publications like axmen.com and blackdoctor.org. I speak on stages such as the Lupus Foundation of America. And more recently, which is really, really important to me, I was voted best dentist in the Smyrna Vinings area. And the reason why that's important is because I really take pride in my practice. And that lets me know that the people that I serve appreciate me. So that's probably one of my most recent biggest accomplishments. But what you don't know is that there was definitely a period when things were not going all the right way. There was a period when I absolutely wanted to give up on dentistry. You know, when I got out of dental school, I basically I had a mentor in dental school, and she helped me get through dental school, helped me graduate. And then after I got out of dental school, she basically helped me navigate through my employment process. One of the things that she was able to do was help me land my first job. And she was able to connect me with another female dentist who traveled a very similar path that I did. We graduated from the same dental school, and she was operating a pretty thriving practice. So I went to work for her and stayed there really a short period of time. It was about 5 months. Worked there probably 5 months, and before I realized it, it was really time for me to go. It's because even though we traveled the same path, and she had a thriving practice, this dentist did not operate under the same principles. And I felt like if I stayed there, I was gonna lose my license. So I became really, really depressed, because think about it, this was my first job out of school. I was excited, hyped up, eager, ready to grow, ready to learn, ready to get my feet wet or my hands in the mouth. But I still persevered. I still pushed forward. So I switched and found another job to a bigger, more successful practice, made a career move, and went to work for a corporation that was even bigger and more thriving. And I definitely learned a lot. I learned to sharpen my skills. I became a much better practitioner. I performed surgeries, I placed implants, I racked in on the CE. I performed procedures that new dentists don't normally do coming straight out of dental school. And the move proved to be very profitable. And initially, I was held in high regard at this corporation. The working relationship initially was excellent. I felt the love, but then all of a sudden that all came to a halt. It was about 18 months in, and things just started to change. I don't know what it was, but I fell out of favor with the owners, with the staff, and I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do next. I started to really notice how things operated there. You know, it was more like a people meal. Instead of really focusing and zoning in on ultimate care with the people, it was more like people were going in and out. You know, you've heard of puppy meals, but I felt like it was more of a people meal, and people were coming in and going and passing through and being patched up. And I knew that, yes, it was a thriving practice, but the principles were not there, and the one-on-one contact with the people was missing. And, you know, at that point, I really wanted to give up. I wanted to give up on dentistry. But then all of a sudden, one of my greatest mentors came through for me, and basically said, you know, I think it's time to open your own practice. That mentor just so happened to be my husband. He spoke life into me, into my dental career. He had the idea, and I basically followed through with the plan. I truly believe that mentors come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. And he definitely, to this day, continues to be a mentor. He mentors me. I mentor him. We definitely mentor each other. And I honestly, I didn't know that when I met him that he would be this person that spoke life into my career, into my opportunities, into my path, and really into my purpose. He just stated one day, I think it's time for you to start your own practice. And that is it. And the idea was born. Initially, I had no clue that I would be a practice owner. But he came up with the idea and I made the moves and I opened a practice. And listen, it was not all peachy keen, right? I knew I had to have a practice that encompassed those 4 principles that I always talk about: practice, profit, people, and principles. And I took the steps for that to happen. And today, I can confirm that I truly, truly, truly am standing in front of you, sitting in front of you, telling you that I am moving into my purpose through my practice and through coaching other dentists on exactly how it's done, exactly how to open a dental practice. You know, it is, I tell my story to let you know that success is possible. And it's honestly, it's because I didn't give up and I continue to press forward that we're here today in this webinar together. All right. So that's my story, but let's move on to the meat of the webinar. Push start to private practice, a blueprint to building a private dental practice based upon you. So I often talk about being a dental CEO. It takes having a CEO mindset to run a business. You have to start there. And furthermore, it takes having a dental CEO mindset to run a dental practice. This is really about personal development. You have to go through some personal development in order to begin the process of practice ownership. You have to be developed enough and have the right mindset, that dental CEO mindset, to know that starting a practice is not going to be easy. Sustaining a practice is not going to be easy. It takes hard work and dedication. The dental CEO mindset that I always talk about, it's a growth mindset. What is a growth mindset? It's the mindset that says, hey, things are going to constantly change. You have to be ready to move and bounce around and be prepared for all the transitions that take place in dental practice ownership. As a dental CEO, you have to be able to lead a team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You're the leader. They're looking for you to be the go-to person to give them direction. Also, one key thing that a dental CEO does is monitor the numbers daily. You can't be a boss or a CEO without looking at the numbers in your dental practice. There are definitely key performance indicators that you have to look at every day. You have to look at production. You have to look at collections. These are things you have to look at every single day, because these numbers let you know how good you're doing in the office. There are certain key performance indicators: production, collections, new patient numbers are just a few of the numbers that you have to look at every day so that you know exactly where your office stands. It lets you know whether your office is growing or whether your office is stagnant. We definitely want to see offices that continue to grow. The thing about being a dental CEO, you have to create a vision. Everything starts from your vision. I say this often. It all starts with the vision. I can't stress that enough. If you want to know what location to practice in, it starts with your vision. Everything about your practice begins and ends with your vision. In the design process, if you want to know how many operatories, that starts with your vision. As a dental CEO, you are the coach, period. You coach your team to greatness. You coach the team to carry out the master plan, and you coach them to carry out your vision. Who's a part of your team? So I list teams in 3 different groups. The first team is what I like to call the A team. You remember that movie from the 80s. Actually, the TV show from the 80s, the A team. The first team, it consists of your attorney, your accountant, and your financial advisor. These are people that are your checks and balance, right? They check over everything that you do. Your accountant is going to go over profit and loss information, making sure that the office is profiting. Your financial advisor is going to help you in the background be more successful. And hopefully, if you're looking to retire early, that is the person that helps get you there. The attorney goes over all paperwork. The attorney lets you know everything is a go in your office. So this is what I like to call the A team: attorney, accountant, and advisor. Let's talk about the B team, your squad. These are people that may not know anything about dentistry. This is the family, the friends that have always rolled with you, that have always been there from the beginning. These are people that may not know a thing about running a dental office, but when you need somebody to vent to, when something in the office is not going correctly, the squad is always there to hold you down. The C team is definitely your staff. Your staff. These are the people you need to run your office, because you simply cannot run the practice by yourself. You cannot micromanage. So as far as your team is concerned, you find them, you keep them, and you hold them accountable. You find them, you hire slow and fire fast. You make sure that in finding them, that you are definitely doing background checks. You keep them. You keep them by incentivizing them. You have a bonus structure in place in the office. That is a way that you keep them. You give special gifts, whether it's a gift card, just spur the moment. You let them know that you appreciate them. And more importantly, you hold them accountable for everything that they have been taught. You hold them accountable for their actions, right? What your team must have. Your team must have an employee manual, right? This manual breaks down everything as it relates to how your staff members operate. Your team must also have a non-disclosure agreement. Listen, it's kind of like, when your mom told you growing up, what happens in the house stays in this house. It's one of those things where your team definitely lets you know that what happens in the office stays in the office. Also, there's another thing your team must have. You must put them through a 90-day working evaluation before you hire them. I never hire people off top. They always go through a 90-day working evaluation. It is stated, it is written that this is what it is. It's an evaluation, and we're trying to both parties are trying to decide whether this is something that's right for you and whether it's right for me. What your team must do, you must have a 90-day checklist, okay? In that 90-day working evaluation, there should be a checklist of everything, every job that this team member must do in order to be hired in your office. So you must have a 90-day checklist. Your team must participate in morning huddles. The office has to have morning huddles. It sets the tone for the office. For communicating throughout the day, a morning huddle is definitely necessary. What's also necessary is monthly staff meetings. Yes, you have that morning huddle every morning. That should last about 7 to 10 minutes. But monthly staff meetings to go over the goals of the office for the month, to go over things more in depth. And also, your staff must get involved with all aspects of your practice. They must be involved in all systems in the practice, right? They have to know everything that's going on, because like I mentioned before, you can't micromanage. Micromanage is setting you up for failure. You hire these people to do your work, to carry out your vision. So they must get involved in everything that's going on. We just talked about systems. You have to hold your staff accountable. Systems help to hold people accountable. When systems come into play, you formulate the system, you document the system, which means that all your systems need to be written down, and you implement these systems, all right? This is very, very key, all right? Let's talk about a few systems that you have to have. You have to have a system of handling money, right? You have to have a system of scheduling appointments. You have to have a system of how to handle broken appointments. You have to have a system of phone scripts. You also have to have a system of submitting claims. These are just a few examples of the types of systems that have an office up and running and keep an office profitable. But here's the deal. Your greatest resource are the people, your patients. The key to your success as a practice owner is how you treat your patients. You have to have the lines of communication open. Not only does there have to be communication, there has to be understanding. Communication and understanding go hand in hand. You can communicate a treatment plan to a patient, but if they're not understanding what you say, then guess what? They're not going to buy into the treatment plan. And as always, when you deal with people, when you deal with your patient, it's important to always follow the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So pretty much that is where we stand. Your blueprint to practice success. Having a dental CEO mindset and a vision is where it starts. Implementing systems, having people-centered practices, teamwork, all of these are going to accelerate your paths to profits and making your practice unique. But here's a question I want you to ask yourself. Is the position that you're currently in allowing you to reach your full potential in dentistry? If the answer is no, then ask yourself, how long are you willing to wait to reach your full potential? Are you the dentist that is overworked, tired, and stressed out? Are you tired of fulfilling someone else's dreams and goals and vision? Are you ready to make your own decisions for you and your patients? Are you simply ready to own your own dental practice, but don't quite know where to start because the roadmap was never really given to you in dental school? Well, look no further. Today, I am introducing a program that transcends traditional thinking on opening a dental practice. Introducing the Dental CEO Academy. The Dental CEO Academy, it is the first Do It With You online coaching program exclusively for dentists that give you a 7-month all-access pass to discover how to build a successful, profitable, sustainable dental practice. The Dental CEO Academy, it is based upon what I like to call the 4 Ps of dentalpreneurship. That is building a thriving practice. That is designing a business model that encompasses your personal principles. That is focusing on creating people-centered operations and accelerating your paths to profit. Let me tell you what you're going to get inside the Dental CEO Academy. You will receive ready-to-implement staffing blueprint. It helps you take the guesswork out of the hiring process. You're going to receive successful solutions for insurance negotiations. Why? Because you do the quality work. So let the insurance pay you for the quality work that you perform. You're going to also receive treatment planning toolkit. It's a comprehensive roadmap to the treatment planning process to ensure high case acceptance. And you're going to also receive an in-depth breakdown of key systems needed for practice growth. An office fails without systems. We just talked about systems. You're taught proven systems in the academy that support business growth and patient engagement. You're going to receive an analysis on how and where to practice. You're going to take the guesswork out of what location is best for your vision. You're going to receive a thorough walkthrough of the build out and leasing process. Know how to deal with contractors and handle lease negotiations. The Dental CEO Academy. Basically, we're going to receive ready to implement staffing blueprint, success solutions for insurance negotiations, treatment planning toolkit, an in-depth breakdown of key systems needed for practice growth, an analysis on how and where to practice, a walkthrough of the build out and leasing process. And I have a couple of bonuses. Bonus number 1, you will also receive new patient telephone scripts. Telephone interaction is key. It's the first point of patient contact that you will have. You want to learn effective verbal communication skills that will set you up for practice success. Bonus number 2 is implementation calls. You're going to receive unlimited access to me. I am here when you need me. You're going to be a part of a private community of dental influencers. You'll be able to connect and collaborate privately with dentists. You're also going to receive bonus number 4, a strategic marketing plan. We'll map out a 12-month plan for attracting patients both inside and outside of the office. Bonus number 5, you'll receive tools and instruments checklists. Take the guesswork out of thinking about what tools and instruments you need for each procedure. You will receive recommendations on what equipment will help boost office production. So in summary, these are things that you will definitely receive inside the Dental CEO Academy, plus much more. These things are valued at $27,467. And to be honest with you, I've spent so much money in dentistry, hiring consultants, that I'm at a point where I'm on Easy Street and I want to give this information to you. I'm living out my purpose by giving you this information. So for the next 10 people who are ready to go to the next level, I'm offering this 7-month coaching program at $897 a month for 7 months. At this point, I'm definitely going to take questions. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out to me here during the chat. You can definitely reach out to me by email, info@drjarrettdds.com. And the website, if you want more information about the Academy, is www.dentalceoacademy.com. But I didn't forget the special gift. We talked about the team, right? We talked about the team. We talked about the accountant, the advisor. We also talked about the attorney. Well, you can also get more information under the website, www.dentalpracticechecklist.com. This is my bonus gift to you. It is offering you insight on a checklist on how to get started with your dental practice. So let me come out of the screen. All right, so hopefully you guys don't have any questions. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat. And please share the website with other colleagues that may be interested in opening a dental practice. The the bonus price of $897 is definitely available for the next 24 hours. I definitely am here and available if you have any questions or concerns about anything. Hopefully you guys have found this information and content valuable. I will definitely see you guys in the Dentalpreneurs group. I have enjoyed talking to you tonight. Hopefully you found the information valuable. Stay tuned for more things from Dr. Jarrett. And also, let's continue to collaborate and grow inside the group. And that's it, you guys. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. I hope you guys have a successful November. It's the beginning of the month. I will definitely see you guys in the group. All right. Bye-bye.